Welcome back to Open. I'm Daren Jaime, and thank you for staying with us. We continue to bring you a show that's filled with virtual content, making you aware of all the things and even opportunities and resources amidst COVID-19. And we want to introduce you to a very special organization that's also making a difference in the midst of COVID-19. And I'm pleased to introduce you to Ms. Jheri Hardaway. She is the owner of Ms. Jheri Worldwide, and we're glad to have you, Ms. Jheri, being with us, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you. No problem. I hope you're safe and healthy and well.
Yeah, we're trying to do the best we can, and I hope you are too. And certainly, I know a lot of us are, making adjustments during this season. But tell us a little bit about Ms. Jheri Worldwide, and for people who don't know.
Okay, so I've been working in education for about 10 years. And I'm actually trying to reform education. I've been a substitute since I was in college in North Carolina A&T, and I'm going on to sub and do other things in schools around the country. And what I was working on before the quarantine was a platform, a television or online platform that would take children outside. Right? So literally the opposite of what's happening right now. In our pilot episode, the students had 3 learning journeys. They designed a sneaker, they learned how to make guacamole, and then they sat with a rapper and learned about multi-syllabic rhyming. So the whole concept was each episode was a location based where the students encountered these 3 challenges that we call learning journeys, and they, learn about each other, they grow together, and they just have a good time outside of their normal environment. So now that entire concept has been flipped on its head, I'm in the online learning space. We've all had to adapt our various businesses and pursuits that we're working on. And so what I'm doing is working to bring more innovative solutions to online learning.
And so when we talk about online learning, obviously a lot of students nowadays are really trying to deal with that, right? How to adapt to online learning. But this is something that you're kind of ahead of the game with, because you really were introducing students to this concept before this whole thing happened.
Yeah, it's just really one of the things that I started to notice when I would go to different schools around New York is that, a lot of schools were put the phone away, close the computer. But really, we can teach young people how to use those tools to help them improve. So for example, I'm teaching with iUrban Teen. I'm teaching an entrepreneurship in evolving times course right now. And one of the things that we do is anytime there's a word in the text that they don't know, we can automatically click on it. We can look it up. I'm sending them links. I'm like, okay, check this out, watch this video, read this. So it's almost like we're utilizing the internet in a way that it really wasn't as effective in classrooms because of things like behavior management and because of things like that I don't really deal with as an independent educator, things like testing and data and all the stats. So I'm interested to see how the curve goes because, we're on week 2 and there are teachers that might not have been strong in the classroom that might not be strong online either. So I think that the situation and what I'm excited about is being that solution and being like, you know what, your kids got to log on with their teacher from this amount of time. Well, look at these options, right? And I'm also putting a program together to where on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm going to post content on my websites that families will be able to get on Instagram Live on Friday evenings. And we're going to have conversations with the whole family, the kids, the parents. So one of our first conversations, the movie Claudine, is actually on YouTube for free. So pushing that movie out, people are watching it, and then we're going to facilitate that conversation on IG Live on Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern.
And I want to do this. I want to talk a little bit about your international experience. You went to school internationally too, and we know that. And you also have this. She's the author for Meat for Cheese and Chocolate. Talk to us a little bit about that.
So I wrote 2 books while studying abroad. I wrote Meat for Cheese and Chocolate while I was studying diplomacy and social justice in Switzerland and surrounding areas. And then I wrote Meat for Tea in London while I got a master's degree in creative writing in London. And more than anything with this going on, there were times where even my parents were like, are you sure you're going to go there? You got to take out loans. You got to do this. And I'm like, man, I have to have this experience. Even when I was in London, I got an internship at London 2012 and ended up at the Olympics, So I'm so glad that I took those chances and just went places, because now I'm 24 countries in, and we're seeing people close up their borders. I'm hoping for the best, but at the same time, like all this time has allowed me to reflect and realize how grateful I am for all the blessings and opportunities that came my way. And I'm grateful to myself for taking advantage of them, because sometimes I talk to students and they're like, oh, I do a lot of college prep and a lot of like one-on-one tutoring, which I'm still doing online. And, a lot of students tell me about, I'm scared to do this, I'm scared to go there, I'm scared to leave my parents. And I'm like, but when you leave, you actually take your whole community with you, because you come back and bring those skills. So, hoping for the best, and I'm hoping we come out of this on top, and I can encourage some other minorities to, take their talents elsewhere as well.
Yeah, I want one last thing before we get out of here. I want to talk to you a little bit about your fight for equal rights, because I know you're much an advocate and you're a voice for that. Talk about the fight that you have for equal rights.
So when it comes to equal rights, one of the things that I feel like we're dealing with right now is an issue with access to internet. Right? Even the last school that I visited was Monday before last, and we were giving out Chromebooks. But the follow-up question is about Wi-Fi. So the digital divide is real. iUrban Teen, that's one of the things that whole platform is about, is bringing STEM resources and just tech resources to children in underrepresented areas. And, I think that online education, that's a direction that we're actually going in. So there's going to be some, I'm sure, high schools that are going to become accredited to be able to teach online, because our world is changing. So I think that we have to be in this space where everyone has access. I saw, I think it was the mayor in Coachella had put Wi-Fi on buses and would drive the buses around so the students would have access. We've got to find ways to make sure that everybody has access, or else we're going to be looking at a long-term trajectory with the same type of people in the positions of power, because they're the ones that have access to the information and resources.
Well, we want to thank you for coming and sharing with us a little bit about what goes on with Miss Jheri Worldwide. Certainly, if people want to get connected to you, how do they do that before we leave?
So everything's the same. It's Miss Jheri Worldwide, spelled MSJHERI Worldwide. You can find me on any platform. You can go to Instagram. I got the link tree to all the other, to the information I'm talking to you about, and then the website, MissJheriWorldwide.com.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us, and certainly want to make sure that people get connected to you. You're a great and valuable resource, especially during a time like this. Thank you so much, Miss Jheri.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
All righty, Miss Jheri Worldwide, Jheri Hardaway, the owner of Miss Jheri Worldwide. Please stay connected to her. You find out her information, as we said, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Get connected. And definitely, if you're trying to navigate this online platform, and for many people, it's new and there is this huge digital divide, a great resource for people to tap into. Miss Jheri Hardaway, thanks much. All right, stay with us. We got more open. We're not going anywhere. We're coming right back right after this.